Yeah, great pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
And so I'm hoping that it is, in fact, Lincoln, Nebraska that's hosting the Grand Prix in February.
I believe that is the case down at the local Hobby Town establishment.
Right, and so if that's the case, we can get you...
We are going to probably crash that party.
Oh, totally crash that party. We won't be invited.
No, God, no, and we won't win. No. But
it's hard to win if you can't enter, right?
Well, no, you can enter. That's the great thing about Grand Prix. They're open.
They're open for
It's not like a pro tour where you actually have to be talented, qualified.
Yeah. Okay, but talent doesn't have anything to do with it. You have to be known. You have to be somebody because you have to have gotten enough renown in order to get invited.
Oh, so we lose on both accounts.
No, see, John will eventually be invited just because people are like, what about that J-Man?
Oh, because he's Mr. Big Shit now?
No.
Because he placed, what, like 112th out of 1,000?
How about we stop talking about the...
Hey, look, an Aegis Angel. No, it's just like the thing from Arrested Development where Tobias ends up talking himself up and gets his daughter a job accidentally.
Okay.
So people have just heard your name, and so they're like going through the list, like, well, how about this guy?
Hey, look, a 5'5"
I've heard of him
flyer.
before.
I may have to legally change my name to J-Mats then.
I think so.
I'm sure I'm sure that your wife will be fine with that.
Oh, I'm sure she would be very willing for me to do anything for magic. That would just thrill her.
Hey, speaking of which, we're recording now. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take the Aegis Angel.
Yeah. So why even talk about the other cards?
Shock is
quite good.
The only thing that would compete for it. Gravedigger and the Griffin are also good.
I was gonna say I would pick probably the Griffin over the Shock, but am I wrong there?
I would probably go Shock over Griffin.
Really?
Yeah.
Removal over creatures. Right?
Let me ask you this: did you win that tournament?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But tune in to find out how badly I missed it because I haven't posted all of the videos yet. But no. I did not win it. I will spoil that.
Oh, I ruined that, didn't I?
Right.
So,
damn, I'm sorry.
Harrigan Griffin or Crimson Mage?
Wait, what?
Griffin. I think we stay white.
I'm okay with that.
As long as we can.
Absolutely. White supremacy. What?
Oh my god.
Is that wrong?
No, it's called Guardian's Pledge.
Oh.
You just misread it.
I see, yes, Guardian's Pledge. Stinger pling? Pling.
Here, I would say either Shock or Aether
of course.
would probably be the most...
What would the Pro Tour players do?
Well, they'd take blue because that's all they play on the Pro Tour.
Yeah, that's all they play on
Everyone plays mono blue.
Wow. And every deck name is called My Balls. I really don't have anything against pro players. It's just funny
against me.
I do not have my balls against you. Ever.
I'm going to take...
I believe it was that one time.
I had a mouthful of beer at the moment.
There was that one time in college, but I think it's just because we passed out on the bunk bed.
Just stop talking.
Oh shit!
We should have just taken
how far his balls must have been dangling.
I don't know.
We should have just taken the Shock because then taking the Berserker would be a much better play.
What did you pick?
I took the Aetherada.
Oh, that's right. It's right up there on top of the screen.
I think we take the Berserker.
Because you think we could pick up something later.
Yeah, and being in red is a good place to be.
Yeah.
So.
God, John, your inability to predict the future.
I know. I've been working on it tirelessly.
Coral Merfolk?
Probably. It keeps us option in blue.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also like Fling.
God damn.
Yeah, Fling definitely has.
I think this beer is gonna I'm gonna have seeds in my stomach out of this. It's like that. It's like pumpkin-y.
And let's just continue to bounce around and go with the Arsonist.
Oh god, we're screwed already, aren't we?
You can play 3 colors.
No.
No, you can't.
Well, you can. I'm not saying it's a good idea.
Another
You
little
play five colors. What are you talking
preview of my run for the championship that failed. I played 3 colors. So hold that against me.
I would go with him.
Dignitary actually,
Mostly because he's 4 cost, and that's really hard to find.
I was going to say mostly because it's going to be aggro versus aggro.
Yeah.
And if you take out one of their turns, it helps you win the race.
Help stabilize it.
I hold to my 4 cost assessment.
Fair enough.
Hey, good. Good for you, George.
If we're taking it either
Set
way.
yourself on fire, Bob.
Here, I would probably go Mighty Leap.
I like the Mighty Leap.
Yeah, the Mighty Leap has a lot of uses, and we have all creatures so far. So
Wow, how weird.
Taking a crappy creature is not necessary.
None of that's
Unsummon.
good.
Yeah, Unsummon would be...
Although I've seen the Bang Chuckers
The Bank Checkers
in concert.
can be effective,
That's a good name for a Goblin Bang Chucker.
but they kind of need to be
Just
paired
the
with
Bank
your
Checkers?
War Paint
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be
yeah.
most effective. So we'll take an Unsummon. And Manic Vandal, situational, if they have...
Yeah, Manic Vandal. Because the negate, I think, is just worthless.
And that way we continue to not really have a color. Demystify, good sideboard.
Yep.
Fire breathing. Do we have any bears yet?
No, we passed it.
Damn.
Visage is the only one I've seen played.
Sure.
Actually, I saw a Taste of Blood played and I lost to it.
They used to set off Bloodlust.
Wow.
No, they actually were like burning me and had to burn me for 1 more and were able to get it with
Hey, we didn't get a land.
That's
Somebody took a land rather than that.
Worm's Tooth.
Rather than the Worm's Tooth.
That just goes to show you that they should just stop putting that shit in the core sets.
It's called filler, Bob.
Inferno
It's called
Titan.
Inferno Titan. Wow.
Wow.
Draft beer is on a roll. We are
Whoa.
getting powerful Titans. I mean, we got the Grave Titan last week.
Powerful Titans.
And really, those are the 2 best Titans
You have it
out
selected?
there. We'll just see if it...
We'll
We'll let it go random.
We'll let it go. Just go table it.
No. I'm going to click on it.
Yeah.
Incinerate, obviously, we want that. We want pacifism.
Yeah.
It's not going to table. There's a good chance that the Dignitary, possibly Active Treason, maybe Celestial Purge.
We're probably going to end up with the Celestial Purge and the Crimson Mage, because they're
Maybe
going to
we'll
take
get
the
lucky and get a
Chart,
mono.
Chasm Drake. I don't know.
No, we don't want that anymore.
Yeah, I love that card.
Fills a spot in our curve.
Yep.
Because Manic Vandal is kind of sideboardy. I'm going to just hide blue for now. I think that's cemented us in red.
Yeah.
And so if that's coming in, I think the Veteran would be the best. And he's pretty good. He's 3/3 on the attack. So.
Right. Oh, God.
Lawkeeper.
Lawkeeper.
Yep. Lawkeeper's great. I do like this
I
with
love
boots.
them.
They're nice, but
Yeah.
removal and early removal.
Gosh. You know.
I didn't hide the Worm's Tooth yet.
Well, of course not, because we're going to play it.
Right, then. That's
Somebody's
fine.
got to.
Okay, I know I'm going to get shouted down.
Okay.
I still
No.
like Circle of Flame.
Okay. You are going to get shot
I
down.
know.
Yeah. I knew it
But,
before you even
but
said
do
it.
you know how you're going to get shot down? What am I going to
Ooh.
say?
What are you going to say? You're going to say that because it does not stop flyers, it does not provide sufficient killing power.
Okay. That is part of it. And what am I going to pick instead? After you guys put your input in and I just...
And just take whatever you're... I'm going to go with the...
Here, go with this. Stave off.
Alabaster Mage.
that's what I was gonna say.
Alabaster Mage.
Yep.
It's lifelink, man.
And also it allows you to get rid of like an ice cage if someone...
Oh,
is ice caging you. Griffin Sentinel.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
We don't have
It
anything
would
really
either be
worth getting
that
the
or
aura.
the crown.
Yeah. The crown is...
That can win games.
But we don't really have that much flight.
True.
So I
And
think,
it's, it can stop the weenies.
yeah.
And it gets us another 3.
Stop the weenies. Rock Egg?
That or the Warhorse. Like, nice thing about the Warhorse is it's more aggressive.
Sure.
Like, you can attack, and most of the time their 2-drop can't trade with it since
True.
it has that. At the same time, we have a pretty good late game,
Right.
so being able to buy
Just
sometime
stall.
until it.
Yeah, which is why the Dignitaries is also good for us.
Right.
But on the other hand, it's not like the Warhorse doesn't also buy time.
Right.
3 toughness is pretty solid. Depends on what we really do need some more 2-drops.
Eh.
Well,
Sure. Why not? We'll take it.
George is spewing shit. Why not listen to him?
I think you just talked right out of your ass there.
It's the new trick I taught it.
Divine Favor is playable. Pride Guardian is only playable if you're me
Desperate.
playing a championship.
Manolith.
Yeah, that probably is the best pick. I don't know
Yeah.
if it'll make it, but it has the greatest potential to.
Sure.
Slaughter Cry. Have I told you guys that I like Slaughter Cry?
Yes.
I can see that.
Yes. I think we've seen it in action, and that action was good.
And someone, whoops, I almost selected that. That would have been
Whoa.
hilarious. Someone might go for a mill deck with this guy. Like, if you get Jace's Erasure in this guy,
Oh, sure.
it actually is a pretty decent deck. But let's pick something that we're going to play and
Okay.
just hope that they don't.
Well, you want the act of treason or another dignitary?
I'm thinking probably... I was going to say either Celestial Purge or Dignitary. Because red
sure.
and black
Pretty
is
huge.
Yeah, so often used.
Yeah, I can see the Celestial Purge because we have the shit for removal and we're playing red.
Yeah. So that probably is... I would like, actually, all 3 of those.
Yep. Okay,
Go crazy on the Manic Vandal?
let's do it. Wow, it's wacky.
Yeah.
3 Manic Vandal!
We have a
Yeah!
lot of white creatures.
Bonebreaker Giant isn't too bad.
We do
We
have
do have a lot of white creatures, and that would be a pretty sick trick. I mean,
Yeah.
instead of Mighty Leap, even.
Yeah.
So, well, let's take the pledge.
Let's take the pledge, shall we?
Elixir, just because we don't want someone else to use it.
Yeah. Oh, our method doesn't suck.
Yeah.
You almost took the swamp.
I did. Oromancer's playable. I'll take Oromancer.
I can't believe... Oh! You gotta take the island. I was gonna say, we've gone like the entire draft until now without taking a single green card.
That's not something to be proud of, though, Bob.
I think for M12 it apparently is because people fucking hate green. Soren's Vengeance.
A foil, Soren's Vengeance. Wow, that would have been a nice pack to see in my sealed tournament.
No
I could have
shit.
cemented myself in black on that pack.
We have to take the Sarah, don't we?
Yeah, we probably have to take the Sarah
That
over the pacifism.
sucks. I just want to take that Soren's.
Yeah, someone's gonna get it.
Because we're going to lose in the first round, and that might actually be worth something.
It's not worth that much.
Or we're going to lose to it.
That might happen.
Yeah.
Pacifism is actually the one that is competing more for me just because we are light on removal, but Sarah's Angel is...
I mean, come on.
It destroys people's will. That's the important part about it.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate form of removal. Your opponent rage quits because a Sarah Angel hit the board.
There's another Aether Adept.
Right.
Right.
Or
so
the
we're going
Assault
to take the
Griffin.
Assault Griffin, right? Or we're going to take that guy.
I'm torn between those two. Like, do we need more evasion or do we want
Beef.
beef?
I think we want Gorehorn.
I think we do too.
Okay, now we don't really have any way to set him off.
No, that's not true.
Griffin Sentinel does a surprisingly
Yeah.
good job of that. Arsonist can kind of get in there, or this guy.
All right.
We don't have a lot to set him off, but we also have a pack to go, and I wouldn't be surprised if we could pick up one of those goblins somewhere along the way.
That's a shitty pack for us.
Yeah. We have nothing to pair with Active Treason.
Nope. Maybe the Rusted Sentinel.
Yeah, really I'm between, are we going to play a Rusted Sentinel, or do I want to make sure he can't kill...
You know what?
I'm
Let's take
almost-
the Plummet.
I hate drafting the Plummet because we have some flight.
Yeah.
So, I know people tell us not to hate draft.
Well, you know what? I hate those fuckers.
Amen.
Right. I hate everyone who tells me not to
Griffin
hate
Rider?
draft.
I was thinking the
Yeah.
Fire Slinger.
Yeah, the Griffin Rider.
Because we only have two
reliable.
Griffins right now. Since we didn't just take the Assault Griffin. So
Yeah, it's just not
Yep.
reliable.
Fire Slinger
Just not viable.
will help enable those two.
There's a Scepter that would do well for
Right.
for
Scepter would give us that. Stonehorn Dignitary would give us another
4-drop.
yeah.
Right, another creature to block. We're at 15 creatures.
I think the Scepter.
The Scepter could give us repeat damage also if it kind of becomes a stalemate. So I think that's an acceptable reason to do it. Let's see, we're not playing... I'll just take it. We're not playing Demystify. We might main deck the Purge. That's kind of odd, but...
Yep. Or you could put a second Guardians full blade.
That's probably it.
Yeah, take another Guardian's Pledge and see where we end up.
Or Demystify again.
Probably one will be
yeah.
enough. The War Paint, what could we get?
2/2 hasty.
There's we'll take the Pledge.
Yeah.
Go with the Surprise. Blood Ogre is great at this
Oh,
point.
absolutely.
We actually have the potential for what my favorite curve of all time was. Arsonist to Berserker to Ogre to Minotaur. Piker, probably.
Goddamn Piker.
And another Arsonist.
Okay, that'll do.
And now we're getting to the point where we actually have more than we need.
Mm-hmm.
Deathmark would kill
Yeah, our
a
biggies.
couple of our big guys.
Yeah, you like that? Assholes were hate drafting.
Also dangerous.
It's not really hate drafting if there's
No.
nothing to take, is
That's
it?
true. It's not hate drafting if it's like defensive.
Right.
Well, no. It depends. I mean, I'm not sure what the definition of hate drafting is.
Hate drafting is if you actually hate your opponent.
Hate drafting is what happens every week when you guys and I come together.
Hate drafting is what happens after I post something that I've drafted. I realize that I hate drafting because everybody else hates my drafting.
Well, yeah,
They don't hate your drafting. They just don't like your play.
No, people hate drafting afterwards.
Yes,
like
they're
they're like,
they've
know,
they're like,
You ruined the game for me.
this
Yeah.
used to be my favorite thing to do.
it's like I no longer like chocolate because you drafted.
I think we cut the Oromancer out of the things there because we don't have any.
Any enchantments?
How did they end up with a Titanic growth?
It
was one of the last
yeah,
ones.
last picks.
Oh my god!
Nothing on color. Okay, so in white we're taking all of the flyers. We're taking the Dignitary.
Yep.
Probably going double pledge just
Oh, yeah.
because it looked like that. Although one of those we might be better keeping the monolith. Sentinel, Veteran, Warhorse,
Purge.
Purge is
Maybe.
a possible main deck.
Alabaster
I should
Mage.
Move this over here. Yeah, Alabaster Mage.
And
I think Mighty Leap is
doable enough.
yes is probably better than Guardian's
Sure.
Pledge because we can get through with the flight.
The flight.
In red, all of those guys.
Yeah.
Everything up to Manic Vandal. Slaughter Cry is another probably. Obviously, we want our Titan
And the Gore Horns.
and our
Manic Vandals can be sideboarded.
right. So we're and then the
The
Scepter.
The Scepter.
Since we have 3 Bloodthirsters.
So we need 4 more cards.
What? So over here, out of these, we have to figure out which 4 we want. We could take 1 Guardian's Pledge. We could take 1 of each and leave a Guardian's Pledge out.
Or we could put the 2 pledges in and leave out the purge.
I don't know.
Okay, what did we end up for white creatures? 1, 2, 3, 4.
All I know is that a +2/+2 against a bunch of little white creatures. I mean, it can make it so all of a sudden your opponent is in pretty dire straits.
Yes. Let's
So
see
we have a
what
lot more
where
red creatures than I
Curve
was expecting. So
Yeah, we did end up picking quite a few up in that last
Yeah.
pack. I think one pledge, and then I know the Purge should be a sideboard card, but just because red and black are so prevalent,
Okay.
And because our removal is
So pathetic.
Lawkeeper,
Non-existence.
is Lawkeeper,
Yeah, it's not even-
and our Inferno Titan when he hits, I think it's worth it to have it in there.
Okay, so as we were drafting, we did not take a bunch of like shocks.
There were two that we did not
passed
take.
2 shocks, one for the Angel and one for the Aether Adept,
We also missed one Incinerate.
because we took the Inferno Titan.
Right.
So really, we only saw 3 burn spells, which is pretty low for a draft. And every time, except for the Aether Adept, because it was so early, we picked something that was better.
Fair enough.
I actually like the deck. I think it curves fairly well, even though we don't have the removal. They're going to have a ton to
That's
deal
just
with what we're
it.
doing.
With this critter level,
Yeah.
you know, we got a lot of junk in our trunk.
We do.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Exactly those words.
I'm going to go 9, 8, just because we have 3 red 1-drops.
Sure.
So, first turn, it's especially important that we have that.
This bear's gonna make me pee orange.
Or this draft.
This draft makes him pee blood.
Nice.
Okay,
All right.
let's.
We'll punch each other in the kidneys until our pee turns brown, right?
All right, we're submitted. I'm just not going to talk. We'll see you for round 1.